Hi, Dr. Bruce Ruderman coming back with you for the standing portion of the Sitting, Sleeping, Standing trilogy. All right, so there are two different parts to dealing with standing and dealing with shoes. One is the purchase of the shoe itself and whether or not it's a construction that can be modified to make it correct for you. The other is the actual correction itself, assuming that it needs it, and there are some that do not need corrections, but very, very rare. So we'll start with a dressed pair of shoes. What you're looking for is a flat surface inside the shoe. So when you draw your fingers from inside the shoe all the way towards the heel, it should feel straight. And what we're looking for that are usually a problem is an arch support, which has an upward arch, and a heel cup, which is a downward motion in the heel. You don't want either of those. So what we do is we use any of these wedges that go inside the shoe that compensate for that problem. In a shoe like this, which has no heel and it's totally a flat surface, you typically do not need to deal with it because they're built into the system. It's built into the arch and the heel that it's totally flat, so there's no worries about that one. But what you'd want to do in something like this, which is, by the way, a Xero shoe, Xero, wonderful shoes. I get nothing from it if you buy them, but they're really an excellent shoe. And these, what you'd want to do is just lift the heel. As it turns out, a 3/8 of an inch to 1.25 inch heel is actually better mechanically for your body than a flat surface. So what you'd want to do with this one, again, is just put in that, which is about 1/4 inch heel. Just put that right in there and that's done. This is a similar situation to this. With these, I have because it's just a standard dress shoe, I do have an arch support and I do have a heel cup. So what we've done here is taken 2 layers, which is standard, pretty much 2 layers. It might need 3, but usually 2 is where you start. Put one on top of the other and put it right at the back. Now, as I draw my hand down, I realize that there is still a cup in the heel, it's still a dip in the heel. So we use one of these half wedges, which is called a heel chip, to bring the heel up by itself without affecting any other part of the shoe. Then we can use the 2 wedges to put on top of that, and now it feels just about right. So if I were to do this on both shoes and then put them on, these are great. And now, I don't know if you recognize, but just as I stood up after putting this on, I took a bit of a deep breath. And that was not intentional. That was because by putting these shoes on, they were so correct for me that my body actually relaxed a little bit. And that's actually something that I want you to think about, because as you're doing any of these, whether it's sitting, sleeping, or standing, but certainly the standing, if you have it correct, you have it as well as you can have it done, your body will relax into it and you will find it easier to take a breath. Consequently, on the other side, if you do not have it correct, or if you're doing something that's not good for you mechanically, it may be more difficult for you to take a deep breath. So just keep that in mind and watch for that. All right. So there's one other thing that you can do or not. It's not a crucial thing, but we find that it does make a difference. Is take this little tiny little dot. It's an arch dot, and it will help to support the arch even on a flat surface on your breakdown side only. So if you don't know your breakdown side, you can't do it. But what you want to do is, I'm a right breakdown, so I will take my right shoe and stick it right at the top of the arch. I don't know if you can see I have one here, but that's where it would be. And that's really all there is to it. And as long as you have a shoe that is able to be modified with these arches, you can set almost any shoe up so that it doesn't mess up your mechanics. If you have any questions, don't forget to call me. And if you need more heel chips, let me know.